Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the High School Blitz, sponsored by the Austin American-Statesman. I'm here with Chris Bils, and Chris, we're going to be talking about the second weekend of the high school football playoffs. We got 4 extremely tough games on the slate. Let's start from the top. Vandergrift, Cibolo Steele. Who do you got?
I saw Vandergrift once this year against Cedar Park. It's a tough game for them, but I was really impressed with their defense, especially the defensive line. Unfortunately, I think Cibolo Steele might just have a little bit too much firepower for them. You know, Vandergrift's not a team that scores a ton of points, especially against really good competition. It might be kind of an uphill battle for them, so I'll go Steele.
I like the Vandergrift quarterback, Justin Moore. 24 touchdowns this year, 4 interceptions. He's done a fantastic job. But I'm going to go with the hot team. Cibolo Steele's won 6 in a row, and they've beaten some good teams. Cibolo Steele in a close game. San Marcos versus Westfield.
Yeah, San Marcos, obviously the big come-from-behind win. They've got some momentum after beating Westwood 64-50 last week. But I think Westfield's just maybe a little bit too much for them. You know, you can only ride momentum so far if you're giving up 50 points a game.
Yeah, and speaking of defense, Westfield has allowed an average of 8.4 points for the entire season. So I'm going to go with the defense. If San Marcos is going to give up 50, they're not going to beat Westfield. Westfield by 2 touchdowns. Let's stick with the powerhouses now. Westlake, Smithson Valley. Between the two of them, they are 21-1. Yeah,
I saw Smithson Valley week 1. Good quarterback, young kid. I can't think of his name right now, but he let a come from behind win against Hendrickson. So I think he's only going to be better. So it's a tough game for Westlake here out of the gates in the area round. But I really like a team that can run the ball. Nakia Watson, great running back for Westlake. So I like the Chaps here.
I like the Chaps. And speaking of running ball, their quarterback, Taylor Anderson, has done a phenomenal job running with the football. He's not very big. He throws for about 180 a game, but he rushes for 80 a game. So he's got it on both sides. And Westlake's defense, they've been solid all year. I'm gonna take Westlake here. Last but not least, the big revenge game, Lake Travis and Judson.
You were at this one the first time around,
I was at this one, and it was not pretty.
Yeah, a lot of points. And Lake Travis, I'm just not sure this is the same Lake Travis that we saw win the state title last year. A little bit banged up. Defense, not quite as good as we're accustomed to seeing. I think it's going to be tough for them to slow down Judson. That was the problem last time around. I'll believe it when I see it. So I hope they prove me wrong.
Well, they're going to have to stop quarterback Jelon Williams. In that first game that I saw, 65-45, he had a total of 501 yards by himself, rushing and passing 4 touchdowns. That's the reason they lost. With that said, Lake Travis's defense is so much better now. In the first 3 games of the year, they gave up 145 points. In the last 8 games of the year, they gave up a total of 103 points. So they have improved greatly, and they do have the it factor. They are the defending state champions, and they were embarrassed, and that's good motivation to come back and actually reverse the tables. And they're going to have a good crowd at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, that's another factor.
I think they will have the home field. Well, thanks, Chris, for filling in for Thomas T.J. Jones. You did a fantastic job, as I expected. And that'll wrap it up for previewing this week's games. And as we like to say in our business, we hope to see you at the football stadium.